Good morning, welcome back to the morning show. Before we continue on with my guest here, I do want to just say that there will not be a water slide in the Henderson Mine and Mill. Apologies to anyone who might have misinterpreted my previous comment. Jon Stavney, the executive director with Northwest Colorado Council of Governments, and we're talking economic development and forward thinking in a big part of today's world. Right. If you want to be economically developed, is to get some broadband internet and have an appropriate amount of speed to help function in today's growing and technological world. Yeah,
in fact, today it's a matter of keeping up with other places. We're not going to out-tech Fort Collins, right? In our region, but man, there are some big gaps, and we do have money from DOLA and a regional broadband coordinator who has helped kind of connect the dots and the pieces and help local jurisdictions that are trying real hard. We recently had a big success in Red Cliff, helping them out.
And I mean, Colorado, we're in the mountains here. So you're driving
line of sight,
and there are communities parked all over these mountains. Right. And so the goal is, I mean, this is a big challenge to get. Why, kind of what we talked about earlier, why do we want to get broadband to 6,000 or not even, probably 600 people in a small community with a lot of second homes or rural homes?
If you're in Granby or in Grand Lake, to use a couple local examples, and your credit card machine goes out, you kind of stuck. Sorry, I can't book you for tonight.
Cash only. There's no ATM in town.
Cash only. Yeah, right. I don't know about there probably is.
Well,
maybe there is, but not after a certain time or whatever. So these are modern age things, And then if you want to attract visitors and you want people to stay for a while, you want to attract second homeowners, let alone the sort of golden grail of the creative class we all talk about, right? The people, those mythical rich people that are going to move in and transfer our economy. They are out there, but I got to tell you, if you can't stream a movie and you can't go online and have a meeting with the other side of the world because of a broadband connection, you're really in the boondocks. So we can still be in the boondocks here.
And I know the sign was just up that the average business uses 100 megs of internet, and then the average family is going to use 40 megs. And so
if you have more kids,
right, and that number's not going down. It's rapidly increasing for both.
Absolutely true. So one great example of success that we were a part of at the COG was just up at a celebration in January in Meeker of all places, right? Where they had dark fiber going through, and in 99,
dark fiber. I know we got a lot of slang going, but
unused fiber.
So it's traveling through, but no one's tapping into it.
Right. It's going from point to point, right through a lot of these places, whether along the railroad track or I-70 in some cases, it's
like an interstate with no on ramp.
Right. That's good. You ought to be in broadband.
Yeah. Here we go.
No, and so we were up there, and they had local initiatives, starting with the school district in like 99 got connected to fiber, and then they had this little regional group that said, well, can you connect our library? And the IT director there, Blake Mobley, connected the library, and then the town hall. So they actually have a history of this, and they put together a plan. The county commissioners in Rio Blanco County said, we want broadband every corner of this county. And if you know Rio Blanco County, it's pretty much Meeker.
Just tiny town.
Rangeley, not very far from it. But, I mean, it's out there. It's more out there than Grand County.
So why can't we just plug in? I mean, why is it, there are challenges,
well,
obviously.
there's all sorts of reasons we can't just plug in. Some of it's money, some of it's politics, and some of it is just banding together and deciding that you have the political will to want to do this.
And you have a tiny town. I mean, where are you getting the personalities and resources to fight those fights?
They had it natively grown, but it can be found, and that's why we have a regional coordinator. And I know that Mountain Parks Electric here in Grand County is kind of working on the same thing. They're kind of kicking the tires on providing broadband, and I really support that. And we're out there with them.
So what is your role? How do you play a part?
It's connective tissue. What we do, we provide folks with. We heard about this, you go talk to that person, and a lot of empowering local jurisdictions who have started to decide, we want to get in this business, we know anything about it. So that's not me, it's our broadband coordinator. That's why I'm kind of getting fuzzy on that.
No, that's okay, but you can bring in that background that they don't have, because I mean, they've,
this is one of the reasons I enjoy being at the COG, is we have all these little jurisdictions, and they all have elected officials on learning curves, and everybody's trying to reinvent the wheel. And one of the things we do at the COG is we provide information and share it across jurisdictions. So, it's one of the reasons I really enjoy this job.
So with regards to broadband, how does our community here relate to some of the other communities throughout your districts?
Well, if you're on the I-70 corridor in Vail, You know, I know Vail, we joke about that being a foreign place, but they have wireless broadband throughout the community because they decided to do that. And that was a big political push. It cost a lot of money. Red Cliff, as I said, it was a big push. We were a part of helping them.
It's fun to say Red Cliff and Vail in the same sentence. You know?
And they're right over the hill from each other.
Yeah.
You can ski from one to the other, you know, if you wanted to. But they are worlds apart because of things like that, not just the hotels and whatnot. But yeah, rate Grand County on a scale, that's something we're working towards, being able to have communities be able to kind of look in the mirror and understand where they stand. Because it is super complex, right?
Yep.
You know, it's about rate structure, it's about speeds, and, you know, do you know a gig from a meg? I don't really know a gig.
I was going to say earlier when I said those numbers, I was like, God, I hope I'm saying this right, because it gets embarrassing quick for me. But, so do we have the broadband in our county yet, or does that still need to be run?
So my understanding is you have it across corners of the county. You don't have a home run through the middle of the county.
So that's going to be part of the process.
Perhaps, but you're, you know, connected.
Part of the process is getting all those connections done to help. Earlier off camera, you mentioned redundancies and the importance of that.
Right. So, you know, the plug gets pulled, and usually it's an excavator. We don't have any construction going on around here, right?
Yeah.
You've got a project.
It's endless.
Somebody cuts something. Yeah, it's endless.
And everyone loses internet.
It's winter.
So you need to have plenty of different connections, like a spider web, to try and get it all to reconnect through a different channel.
Called redundancy. Exactly right.
All right, well, we're going to take a break now that my mind's about half blown. And we're going to come back and talk a little more with Jon Stavney, and we're going to talk more about the roles of, is it COG? Is that the slang for
COG, yeah,
the Northwest Colorado Council of Governments? So
yeah.
we'll just keep it to Council COG. We're going to talk more about COG when we come back. Do you have a website? I was on it today, so I know you do.
www.nwcogg, CCOG, sorry.
There we go.
2 C's, 1 G,
.org. .org. We'll be back in a moment. Freshen that coffee, because it's going to get crazy here in a minute.
I need another cup, obviously. Yeah, thanks.
Do you need some coffee?
Sure, thanks.
Because we don't brew any.